this is the Provoked Prawn, and in this video I'm comparing two epic flagship SteelSeries headsets. The Arctis Pro Wireless seen here on the left with some funky colours, and the Arctis Nova Pro Wireless, which is the latest flagship from the company. And I want to talk to you about the differences between them and why the Nova Pro Wireless is fantastic. Now I want to caveat this by starting off and saying that the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless was for a long time my very favourite headset and the one that I'd recommend to a lot of people. And that was surpassed by the Astra A50 for a period of time. I want to talk to you about why it was fantastic, and that is the flexibility of the headset. That includes the base station, dual connectivity with Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz, and a lot more besides. Now, SteelSeries has taken what was already a fantastic headset and made it a lot better with the Nova Pro Wireless. Now, both of these headsets are really expensive. They are premium flagship devices, but you'll see quite a substantial difference between the two. In the description, I'll leave all the specs comparing both on paper and also links to the original videos that I did on these and versus videos to compare it with other headsets of interest. But what I want to do is talk to you about the differences between them and the feature upgrades that they've made. Obviously, there's some significant changes. Now, the original headset, the Arctis Pro Wireless, came in the black version that you can see here. Fairly understated. It had these material ear cushions that weren't particularly nice, but it was great for a number of different reasons. Bluetooth connectivity and 2.4 gigahertz wireless connectivity as well, and both at the same time. It also had great audio and great surround sound and a really good package for a number of different reasons. And the latest flagship is also taken that initial foundation and made it even better with a much more premium looking headset, with a number of really nice upgrades that I'm going to show off now. So you can see the Arctis Pro Wireless here with this funky color design that I have, where I've got some new speaker tags and a new headband, which is something you can buy as an aftermarket purchase. You'll notice loads of convenient controls on the ear cups. So you have a mic mute button, retractable microphone, volume adjustment. You also have a micro USB charging cable. You can remove the speaker tags and replace and change out the design of that there, and you'll see that they're held on the sides. You could also remove the ear cushions, so you could swap them out. You can see that I've got some faux leather ones that were purchased from SteelSeries, an upgrade to that headset. Now, you'll notice quite a difference with the Nova Pro Wireless, which is a bit more understated. Its microphone is retracted right inside the ear cup, so it's a bit more hidden away, but it also has mic mute button, a volume wheel, power button, and multi-function control. So, for example, you can press the buttons and skip tracks and such directly from the headset, which is really convenient. And you have Bluetooth connectivity too. Remove one of the speaker tags and you'll see there's a USB-C charging port if you need it. So an upgrade, a small upgrade. So there's a lot of different small upgrades that you'll notice as we go through. You'll also notice that as standard, it comes with faux leather memory foam cushioned ear cups, but they're not removable, which is an interesting move and a change. One of the reasons for this is an upgrade to ANC, so it's active noise cancellation on the Nova Pro Wireless that wasn't present on the SteelSeries Arctis Pro Wireless, and that means that it has microphones both on the inside and outside to counter background noise, so it'll eliminate things like car noise outside, noise of the fans on your PC, for example, and other things. With those plush memory foam cushion faux leather ear cups, it also blocks out noise passively, so it allows you to encompass the sound a bit more. And I'll talk about sound a bit more later on as well in a bit more depth, because there are some quite substantial differences between the two in that way as well. But you'll see very nice plush design, also really premium finish in a number of different ways. But if you look on the inside, you can just about see a little thing jutting out in the middle there. Now, what I want to point out is that these ear cushions are very plush and comfortable and squashy, as you can see. And I'll give you a comparison in a little while to show the two headsets side by side. They don't seem to have changed too much in terms of the size and shape, but remarkably comfortable. Wonderful fit in terms of the clamping force, the tilt of the ear cups and the way it fits on the head. And also just the addition of something as simple as ANC can make a big difference. I will say, unfortunately, it doesn't block out the sound of my wife on her Zoom calls, but what it does do is it blocks out a lot of annoying noise that you wouldn't want to hear. So the white noise from fans spinning up, for example, and it allows you to focus a lot more in the game. That's something the Arctis Pro Wireless didn't have. Now, if you look at the two side by side, obviously we've got a colourful upgrade on the Arctis Pro Wireless that wasn't there as standard. but you'll see some substantial differences between them. The Nova Pro Wireless looks quite premium by comparison. It also has an extendable headband, which didn't exist with the Arctis Pro Wireless. They've adjusted the way the headband works at the top as well. You'll see that you have this removable strap, which is just held in place with a couple of clips on either side, and you can adjust that ever so slightly. Previously, you had this removable ski goggle headband design, which you could purchase additional ones. So you can see I've done that here, for example, with funky colors, and you can adjust the size of that. But there's a much more comfortable fit with the new headset, I feel, because you have that extra adjustment in terms of the length of the headband. It also feels a bit more solid, that headband design. I know a lot of people complained about the join on the original Arctis Pro Wireless headband and how that connected to the ear cups. I feel like the one on the Nova Pro Wireless will last longer. I have had my Arctis Pro Wireless for quite some time now, since I originally did the review on it. So it's been knocking around for quite a while, and I've gone back to it every now and then and used it a fair amount, and it's still holding up well. And obviously you can adjust the look and feel of it as well. I feel like there'll probably be a few different changes that you can make to the Nova Pro Wireless over time. They'll release some upgrades to it as well. Now, there are some other differences too. You'll see the two base stations, so the wireless base stations that come with them. Both of them have the same sort of logic. So you have a removable battery that's in the base station and then one that's in the headset. What you will notice is the Nova Pro Wireless actually has smaller batteries. So you can get 22 hours of battery life, they say, out of each of the batteries on the Nova Pro Wireless. So despite being smaller in size and in the amount of juice that can be contained within, so you can see a close-up look at that here. So the Nova Pro Wireless has a 700 milliamp battery, whereas the Arctis Pro Wireless had 1000 milliamp. So slight differences there. It's a little bit smaller now, but it still seems to perform really well. And the bonus of this setup is that they are both swappable. So obviously one battery is always on charge in the base station, and then you can take it out of the headset and swap it out. But the thing that they've changed on the Nova Pro Wireless is that you actually have a short period of time where you can remove the battery and put the other one in, and the headset will automatically turn back on. So it's semi-hot swappable. You have some downtime still where the audio drops out, obviously, but what you can do is then swap the battery back in and it'll automatically power back up. With the Arctis Pro Wireless, you had to press and hold it to turn it back on. You'll notice with the new control box, you have a USB-C connection instead of a mini USB, and so that's a bonus as well. But there are some differences as well. When you look at the back, you'll see that they both have line in, line out, but there's an optical connection on the Arctis Pro Wireless that doesn't exist on the Nova Pro Wireless. But you do have the option to plug in two different USB connections. So you could plug in console and PC, for example, and you can switch between the two using that base station. Both headsets also have Bluetooth, and that's dual connectivity, so you can listen to music on your phone, for example, and make calls via your phone while also being connected to another device via the base station and using a 2.4 gigahertz to listen to game audio, for example, or chat with your friends on Discord and other things. So they're both great in that way, and they both had that flexibility to be able to do that, and also to be able to use it out of the house if you wanted to. So you could have some really funky headphones or some very stylish ones, depending on what your viewpoint is. And I think that the new headset is a bit more understated and perhaps could get away with being headphones a little bit more than the original one, although obviously I've jazzed mine up. So the standard model would look a bit less garish, but you have multi-function controls, so you've got really easy access to things. And as I showed in the review, you can also do other things, like you can do OK Google commands directly from the headset microphone as well. So lots of different features that you can see, and slight changes in the aesthetic and the features and some of the specifications as well. So just some subtle things and some not so subtle things, and some really nice adjustments that are worth the upgrade in my mind. I do think the Nova Pro Wireless is a fantastic upgrade from the original headset. They've taken an already good foundation and made it a lot better. That extendable headband, the build quality, the active noise cancellation, obviously those plush and standard memory foam cushioned ear cups, which you didn't get on the original because you just had those material ones as standard. You had to pay for faux leather. So some really nice, intelligent, clever, well thought out upgrades on the new headset. Now it is remarkably expensive. It is one of the most expensive headsets I've seen. But I do think you're getting what you're paying for here, because you are getting a really good quality headset that's comfortable to wear all day long. Great battery life, really convenient in a number of ways. Now, the microphone on both headsets is basically a headset microphone. As I showed in the review, it basically is quite compressed, and you do get that experience with a lot of wireless headsets. But one of the benefits of this one is that you can adjust the sound of the microphone in the SteelSeries GG software, and you have the ability to customize that within Sonar as well, which allows you to have various different broadcast settings in the quality of the microphone, which makes it much more superior. Be sure to check out the review to find out more of that, because I went into a lot more depth on how that works and the complexities of it. Basically, you can really customize the sound of it and make it sound a lot better. It's still kind of compressed, so both mics are a bit meh and not the most impressive that I've seen, and certainly not as good as having a dedicated microphone, but still not terrible quality. And they do have some noise cancellation settings, and you can use some intelligence there to tweak and make them sound a bit better as well. And the fact that you can recess this microphone means that you can also do other things. So one of the other highlights for me for both these headsets, to be fair, is that you can also use a 3.5mm connection to connect up a mic for mic monitoring. So you could plug in a standard boom microphone, USB microphone, then use a 3.5mm connection from that into the base station, and then wirelessly mic monitor. You can see me doing that here at a bit more extreme level with the Rodecaster Pro 2. So the Rodecaster Pro 2 is an XLR interface, a preamp setup, where I'm using a Shure SM7B, which is what I'm using for the voiceover for this video. I have that connected from there into the base station for the headset, and then I'm wirelessly mic monitoring while also listening to the game audio and doing other things, and I can adjust all the audio from the Rodecaster Pro 2, but still hear it in the headset. And this is one of the reasons that both of these headsets are fantastic, because they give you that flexibility to do that you don't really see on other headsets, so you get great sound that way. Now, the other thing I've noticed is that with this headset, you also have access to SteelSeries GG and SteelSeries Sonar software. And the Sonar software allows you to access various different presets for game audio, so you can tweak not only the equalizer settings, but you can also select from various different game settings for surround sound. So you have various different surround sound options, but you also have sound options specifically tailored to various different games. So you can see me playing Escape from Tarkov here, for example, but you also have Valorant, Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege, CSGO, and other settings customized specifically for those games to allow you to make the most of various elements of them. Let's say focus on footsteps, for example, and the sound of enemies to give you a competitive edge, perhaps. Now, I did feel that the Nova Pro Wireless wasn't quite as bass rich as other headsets I've tried, and you could say the same for both these headsets because they're kind of comparable in the sound, apart from the fact that you have a lot more customization in the newest headset. So the Nova Pro Wireless is a lot more customizable than the Arctis Pro Wireless in my mind. And so it is definitely superior in a number of different ways like that, especially on PC. I can't speak to the console use for either of these headsets because I'm a PC gamer, but the overall experience for me has been a great one. The Nova Pro Wireless, the conclusion here is that that is the best headset and quite possibly the best headset that I've tried, with some caveats. It's not as good. It doesn't have high-res audio, for example. It doesn't have fantastic noise cancellations. I've actually found that some passively noise cancelled headsets, like Bayer Dynamics, for example, block out more surrounding noise as standard without active noise cancellation. So the ANC is pretty good, but not as amazing as I'd hope. So don't think that ANC is going to blow your socks off or be incredible, but it is a nice addition, and it's these small additions to the headset's design and the thoughts and the features of it which make it fantastic. Be sure to check out the links in the description to other videos that might be useful. Let me know in the comments if you've got any questions. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you found this useful in any way. Appreciate you. And this is the Nova Pro Wireless with the microphone. So this is the microphone on its default settings. Now it's worth noting that you can customize the sound of the microphone, but for the sake of fairness, I'm not doing that here. So if you want to see what you can do with the settings there, be sure to check out the review or go into Sonar software
and adjust it, because you can add AI noise cancellation and broadcast quality sound to it. You can also get side tone monitoring from within the GG software as well, from SteelSeries engine that's buried in there, and then you can easily hear yourself. The microphone can be used on the go with Bluetooth as well, so you can take calls with it that way, and you can actually use it when it's fully retracted inside the headset, so when it's pulled back and buried in there, but it's not as clear, so I wouldn't recommend it. And you can mute it both inside and outside, so if you want to tuck it away and then mute it, you can do that, just to be doubly sure it's not actually picking up any sound. And it's alright, as you can hear. It's pretty compressed. It's not perfect, but also get a look at what the headset's like on the head. It's pretty stylish, quite premium, and a good fit. So the main takeaway is that it extends larger, it fits on bigger heads probably than the original Arctis Pro Wireless, for example. So really good choice. And this is the Arctis Pro Wireless, and this is the microphone on here. Now you have side tone on this headset, so I can hear myself right now. And you'll have to excuse the green screen cancellation there, but this is what the headset looks like on the head, and the sound of it, as you can hear, it's quite compressed. Not a fantastic microphone, but not bad for a wireless headset mic. Obviously you have that compromise of not being plugged in, so the signal transmission leads to some compression, but otherwise a fairly decent microphone. I sound pretty good. As you can hear, there are some mouth sounds, wind, the pops and whatnot is picked up by it, so it's worth bearing that in mind as well. But overall, a very good headset and a very nice piece of kit. For a long time, this was my favourite headset because of the convenience of multiple different things: charging base station, comfort, sound, and all sorts of other things. So it is a good choice. This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful. Be sure to check out all of the links and other information included in the description. Let me know if there's any other headsets that you'd like to see this compared with. Thanks very much for watching.
This has been the Provoked Prawn. Hope you found this video useful, interesting, hilarious, or otherwise. Take a look at these other videos that I think you might find interesting as well. And have a look at the description for links and other information you might find useful. Click that join button to see the benefits of being a member of my YouTube channel. And most importantly, have a great life.